remaining.
So 1 minute remaining till the start of our next match. We're going to be AirUp's Angels versus the Socal Sonic. This is a red zone game. Notice that nice shiny buzzer in the middle of the field. So if this is the first red zone game that you have witnessed, keep your attention focused on the middle of the field. That is where the action is going to be centered here.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm going to start it right now. Looks like you were talking.
The referee's having a little powwow, making sure they get their lunch orders in. All right, 30 seconds left to the start of this game. Refs getting their equipment situated. Good little teamwork powwow over here. All right, it is the Socal Sonics lined up on the right side of the field, and AirUp's Angels team lined up on the left. So the Angels, this is actually their first tournament. They did play the three-woman red zone yesterday. Ooh, almost got a false start. They got to tag up and be really careful here. All right, so only 2 guns up for Socal trying to get out to that buzzer, but an excellent breakout for both teams, getting into the 50 and into the inside snake wing there. So whoever wins this gun battle is going to have an immediate advantage in tacking position. Looks like the Angels dropping their body off the snake side corner, but they did get somebody into the Dorito 1 on the far side of the field. A little bit of dance moves coming from the Socal coach. As his player was able to make it into Snake 1, he's going to go ahead and go down the outside, try to see if he can make something happen and get some points on the board. Now, if any of these players are able to make it to the buzzer alive, their team will be awarded 2 points. Now, the player in the 50 here, she wants to make that happen, but she has to be very careful because she's got 2 guns looking right at her. All right, so Socal Sonics dropping a body as well off of the snake side corner, taking that walk back to the dead box as the move is being made down to Snake 2. Looking on the inside. All right, looks like the snake wing player was able to get that shot across the field and then dug the player out of the 50. That is not what the Angels needed to see right now. She was just waiting for the right moment to strike. All right, buzzer hit for... All right, Socal Sonics got a red zone, so that's going to go ahead and be 2 points here. And he made it back in time before the red zone expired, so he was able to come back onto the field alive. And it looks like even during the meantime, the Angels were able to get up into that buzzer, make something happen. So it's 2-2 right now. Player coming around from the back, and a concession from the... And see, I can't tell if the Sonics conceded that or if it came from the Angels. But I believe both teams got a red zone there, so I'm going to go ahead and wait until everything is sorted. This is a very... All right, each team did get a buzzer.
Who's the home side? This is the home side. Oh, he conceded.
All right, and the Angels did concede that point wisely. So 2-3 in favor of the Socal Sonics, but hey, that was the first time that I think I've seen the Angels get a buzzer hit this weekend. They are getting progressively better every game that they've played. Started off a little awkward Saturday morning, not gonna lie, but you know, after their first game, they really kind of started to get together. Like I told them this morning, their mechanics are coming together. They understand the layout and how it's supposed to flow. They're getting used to the format, and they're definitely getting something done, as we're going to have a major penalty, or at least a minor penalty on the right side of the field for taking off early there. Or I guess not a penalty at all. I don't know why they assessed that. All right, so Socal Sonics right now down 1 player, but they do have somebody in the snake insert bunker. Nobody making a move up to the 50 yet. However, the Angels do have a player. It looks like maybe even into the 50 Dorito already, and somebody in scoring position on both sides of the buzzer. All right, so she did not get that buzzer in time, but Michaela's about to go pull a nasty penalty. Major penalties, 2 major penalties, 3 major penalties. No, they just like throwing nice shot into the corner of that.
Is that time, Bobby?
All right, so lots of flags being thrown in the air as player get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. No, I don't wanna. Is not how you want to end a point. Nobody conceded the points. The clock is still running as the Socal Sonics finally conceded that point. So after the chaos, we're tied up. Well, we had a lot of dead bodies coming back onto the field to collect gear, picking up stuff, an early start off the gate, a major penalty on the back. I don't know if they had enough to suspend that, if they have to... Well, they're starting down, too, for those major penalties, man. You just gotta stay sharp on this format. All right, I'm being joined up by one of my co-commentators. Feel free to introduce yourself.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Max, and I play Snake and Snake Corner for the Las Vegas Regulators.
Oh, excellent. So have you played on this layout specifically yet today?
We have. We played the AZ Goats going up against this layout.
Oh, that wasn't even that long ago.
No.
Okay, oh yeah, that was just a couple games.
Yeah, and that was an exciting game to play.
All right.
We had a pretty defensive breakout going on our side on the first point.
All right, so it looks like, I got to interrupt you real quick. It looks like they did get an additional buzzer right there. So right now, AirUp's Angels up 5-3. That's the first time they've scored, let alone been in the league all weekend.
Really?
And like I said, they're getting it together. I told them this morning, you know, you're getting the mechanics of it down. You understand the layout. You're getting used to the pace. Just get your gun up and get to the buzzer. And it sounds like they're... really starting to come together. I saw a big team meeting after the first game they played today, going over the game plan, wanted to make sure they knew what happened. And again, on the right side, the Sonics here, a couple major penalties in that last game. I'm surprised there was only one penalty, but they're only starting with 3 players.
And that's off of a major, right?
Yeah, off of a major that happened in the backfield. Yeah.
Little baby temple over here.
Yeah, I was surprised they didn't start with a minor, though, because they had a player halfway to the Snake Corner by the time the whistle blew to start the match, and he didn't tag up. He looked a little confused by the time they told him he was out.
Hey, I got the clock stop, Bobby. Let me know what's going on.
All right, so...
I believe it was on our second game we played Tri-Valley Toxic. And I get into that mini race on the green field, and going into it, I take like 4 shots right to the
just
head.
ring your bell.
And I just stared there. I was like, ref. And he's just like, you're good. And I was like, okay. And I just stay alive.
Man.
Shot through 2 pods, carrying.
So
5.
shout out to that soft headband.
I did.
Goku saving your life.
I just got the DBZ headband. Just
Kakarot for the rescue.
from Afflecto. Shout out to them.
All right, so it'll be interesting to see whether or not Socal Sonics are going to be able to get back onto the board here. They did get all 3 players out alive.
And Socal Sonics actually just lost their guy going into Dorito 1.
All right, so they've only got 2 players now. And this is... Angels need to move. Angels have got to get back on the board. There's no players left alive. She got to it. And it looks like they didn't... No, I guess he did concede it just in time before the Angels were able to rack up the score again.
Yeah, it was off break, I believe. The Sonics Dorito 1 player dove in, got hit on the dive, walked out. Then looked like the corner, the snake side corner, had gotten hit on his tank.
Oh, yeah, so Coach going over there.
Huge splatter.
Coach going over there, trying to get a little bit of what's up into his players who... mental errors. Just mistake. They've only got 30 seconds left at the start of this next point. Angels are only up by 3, and they've been playing really well this game, but I gotta say, in this format, you can go from up by 3 to down by 3
in a matter of...
it takes a whopping 8 seconds.
Yeah.
So hopefully they can hold on to that lead. It would be really cool to see them get a win today. Especially, when we're in Sunday's competition. Out of 4 teams in this division, so hey, get a couple of wins. That might move you into the finals, And we've had plenty of teams come into this format specifically with absolutely 0 paintball experience and win events, especially up in Northern California. It was pretty interesting to watch that happen. Everybody else was just like, what?
It's always exciting to watch Red Zone, but I feel like it's a whole nother story being able to play Red Zone. And
Dude,
I know that at
it's
practice,
nuts.
at one of our practices before this tournament, which actually this is our first event together. As
Oh,
a
that's
team.
right. You're telling me that. That's
This
right.
is our first event together as a team, and we're having. I mean, we're not doing super hot, but we're having.
Hey, you're winning some points, getting stuff on the board.
We're trying.
Yeah, shooting some people.
We're having the time of our life.
That's what's up.
And
That's how you know you're winning. You're having fun. Out here having a blast.
The really only upsetting part is one of our clothing sponsor, External Clothing, who was making our jerseys, didn't get our jerseys shipped out in time.
No, dude, it's
So
it's
we're
cup
all
season. No, it's cup season.
So we're all
Never gonna happen.
We all have a plethora of Vegas Aces jerseys. I have
that'll work.
UNLV jersey on, and
Yeah, mixed up a little bit.
we have another couple Vegas teams, and it's.
Yeah, if you
It's
place
such
an
a weird
order for
collection.
clothing between the months of probably July and January, you're not getting them till next year. Not gonna happen. There's
Actually,
no
we
way.
did contact External, and they said that we're gonna get them by this week, so that we'll have our
So-
jerseys. And
Oh man, just missed it.
it's gonna be all sorts of fun. Another one of our big sponsors is Critical Paintball out of California.
Adam, are you setting a good
And
example
that
by
was-
taking your mask off?
That was exciting because we kind of pestered them, and they're like, yeah, we'll see how you guys play, and off of each UPL event, because the event that was here just before this AFPL was the UPL, and they go, if you guys do end up playing UPL, we'll toss $100 credit towards you guys.
Oh yeah, that'll work. Yeah, I'll get you supported a little bit.
And they're like, that's awesome. And I mean, a couple of us have critical packs, which is exciting.
All right, so Angels looking to try to hold on to their lead, moving up into the 50. Is she going to be able to make it out alive? Looks like she was able to get the drop on that player, trying to get into the wing inside the snake here. So excellent job getting up into the field, but they did lose their player in snake 1.
This snake race right here.
Angels can score if she runs. If she runs right now, she can get those 2 points.
It looks like the snakes have come out, and because he slid in and then it just went forward. I watched him pull it back.
We just need to get a little bit more air in those. Work out a little bit. All right, so Sonic's dropping another body off the back line, including their corner. So they've only got one. He's going to go to try to get something to happen. Was not able to make it more than a couple of inches before getting absolutely decimated. And there's the buzzer. Happens. All right, so there goes the concede buzzer by the Sonics, but that's going to still give another point to the Angels, who are now up 7-3.
And red zone goes to 10 points, correct?
Oh, there's only 57 seconds left. So they still got to hold on. This match is not over. If Sonics can get something together, if they can get a couple of bodies up the center of the field, it only takes 2 buzzer hits from them to come back from that deficit. They're only down by 4 points right now.
Now, this should be exciting. And I actually have no idea. We had like 7 games. We heard a thing like regulars on deck, and it was like, whoa, wait, what? And then we looked at the schedule.
Oh, on both the fields, yeah.
On that one, on green, and we looked at the schedule like we had like 6 more games to go before we're needed. So
Well-
our guys we're getting everything.
Oh, getting your lunch break in?
We're getting a little break in, and it's
Good.
It's really exciting.
All right, actually, here, you got time in the next 20 minutes or so?
Sure.
Let me go shoot this gun a little bit. Let me know what you think about it.
Hey, we're live.
That is a J4 Torque. Actually sent in to a buddy of mine, Josh Corey, down south there. So that was a gun that was supposed to be released a couple of years ago. It was going to be the very first stack tube spool valve design, but Alien beat them to the market with our deception just in time for the 15 season. So yeah, they had a lot of kinks to work out over the last couple of years. They got it together. I think it's shooting really well. I'm just trying to get a little bit more feedback on it. So those are now shipping and now
exciting.
selling.
It's
very different.
It is.
It is very
sleek.
different. Yeah, it looks bigger because of the regulator on the bottom there.
Yeah,
but if you cut that down just a tiny little bit, it'll look a lot less meaty.
It looks like a mix between the Machine Vapor and the MacDev Cyborg 6.
It looks a lot like the Borg, but I work with Mike Spurlock. I don't know if I can follow you on that Vapor.
Don't worry about it. Like, it's not. Why is
Oh no, it's because they had that big old trigger guard.
The big old trigger guard was on the Vapor.
That's right. Vapor had that big trigger guard.
But the thing with Vapor, I'm pretty sure it was like the power wasn't on the back. It was like a push, like right in here. And it was one of the weirdest things.
No, they used an 8 board. They had the same board in the Aliens gun. It was the same on the back.
Yeah, I mean, I'll gladly.
Yeah, I mean, just go shoot a pod through it. Let me know what you think.
Run some paint to it.
All right.
This should be exciting.
So Angel showing 5 guns up, getting into the center, and just like that, Sonic's getting into the 50. He is in attack position. If they want to win this game, he has got to go now to make something happen. But the Angels are also in attack position and able to defend.
Holding down.
All right, so we've got less than 50 seconds left in this match. Angels all pushing up into the center, but they've got to be careful now because if they drop more than a couple of bodies, that's going to open a window for the Sonics to come in and get a couple points up.
And the 50 really needs to take that run for it.
His body language is showing that he wants to make it. It looks like they're going to try to launch from the outside tower there. He's calling in for a paint check. Oh, wasn't able to get that in alive. So player at the 50 here is just holding on for dear life, hoping that somebody's going to give him an opportunity. That's the kill that he needs. If he runs right now, he's going to get it. His coach is going to punch him in the mouth. And he was just telling him to go get it. The only person watching that lane just got dropped. And that is the end of the match. The time has expired. So congratulations to AirUp's Angels winning that match 7-3. And he is going to get a talking to right now.
That was an exciting
just
match.
Got tunnel vision. That is unfortunate.
To see what I could see out of it.
Yeah. Well, up here, we have a very different view. Obviously, he didn't know that body dropped, didn't know where the guns were, but you have to trust your coach.
Yeah.
He saw that and would go, 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 go. Don't argue. Oh, well, that's their family. I'm not going to judge.